Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Wow, again, it just is so cool. We started off with the WWE actress Lisa Marie, who can be reached at Real Lisa Marie on Twitter and Instagram. And we had, are you ready for this? The guys who started You Break, I Fix franchise. They have over 300 franchises now. You can reach them at youbreakifix.com. And also, too, is we had the CEO of Brain Tumor Society, David Aarons. You can reach him at braintumor.org. But let me tell you about our next hero. This one dances in one delighting theater goers by the masses. His show focuses on those who really take risk. Our show takes risk. He definitely is in so many ways taking risk. He is the principal dancer in American Ballet Theater, James Whiteside. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram at James B. Whiteside. James, take us back to the time when you achieved being principal dancer and what that was like.
Hey, David. I'd be happy to tell you. I was promoted to principal dancer with American Ballet Theater, ABT, when I was 28 years old. And I had joined the company as a soloist, obviously hoping to one day become a principal. And so my first year in the company, I did a lot of principal roles, but I was still a soloist, which is the rank just below principal. And so I did so many roles that year that at the end of that, my first season, they offered me a principal contract. And I've had that dream since I was maybe 12 years old when I first saw ABT at the Metropolitan Opera House at Lincoln Center in New York City. And I mean, I can't tell you, my heart was, it was like the end of the Grinch, you know, my heart was just swollen beyond belief.
That's huge. I mean, yeah, and that is absolutely, I mean, how though at one point do you know that you're good enough to, you know, become a professional dancer? I mean, at what point did someone say, hey, you know what, you're pretty good, or did you think you were? I mean, where does that happen?
I mean, you know, as a kid, you don't really know. You don't know what the world is like and what other people's talents are. So I just knew that I was obsessed with dance. I did jazz and tap and ballet and acrobatics, and I loved everything. And I knew that I was pretty good because we did some competitions, and my school always did pretty well in competitions. But you never really know. But I think everyone needs some level of delusion to want to become, you know, a ballet dancer.
When you're acting in theater, you play many different characters and you work in different personas. I mean, how does your ballet audience, both older and more distinguished, perceive your alternative personas even outside of the American Ballet Theater?
So with ABT, I play roles like Romeo in Romeo and Juliet and Prince Siegfried in Swan Lake. And I myself have a lot of other interests outside of ballet. I make pop music, and I'm also a part-time drag queen, and I perform in New York City and all over the place. And, you know, our audience at ABT is becoming more diverse, but, you know, there are, I'm sure, people who do not approve of my, you know, wayward antics as they can be perceived by some.
And, you know, Heroes is all about taking risks, and you definitely take risks. In fact, you even dance to your own music, which you create under your JB Dubs persona. What kind of barriers have you experienced for the choices, and what secrets can you share for navigating those really navigating those differences?
Well, I mean, when I created JB Dubs, I was just looking for an outlet to sort of express what I couldn't express in my classical ballet world. So I made music videos where it's sort of this gender fluid look at, you know, dance and theatricality. And the lyrics themselves are very sort of out there and, you know, unabashedly queer. And, you know, I need that in my life as well. And I'm sure, I mean, I know for a fact that people think perhaps that it is not becoming for a principal ballet dancer to have these outlets, but whatever.
It is what it is, right? And we're talking with James Whiteside. He's the principal dancer in American Ballet Theater. You can reach him at James B. Whiteside, both on Twitter and Instagram, because you're listening to me, David Kogan, the host of the Eliances Hero Show. Go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, the only place where entrepreneurs align, and we'll have the link to his Twitter and Instagram. Again, make sure you go to James B. Whiteside at both on Twitter and Instagram. I think, though, James, what a lot of people don't really realize, unless they're in the industry, of how much work goes into what you're doing. I mean, you are an athlete. To be able to have the stamina to be able to perform so long, and to, most importantly, you make it look so easy. What are some of the secrets, though, to be able to stay really in top physical condition, both, well, not just physically, but also mentally with what you're doing?
So our schedule works like this. We have a technique class every day, just a standard ballet class. We start at the bar, we do our pliés, tendus, gambetements, and then we move to the center of the floor and we do pirouettes and jumps. And that's an hour and a half. So we start that around 10 a.m., and then we can rehearse for up to 7 hours straight. So we finish at 7 p.m. So that is 8.5 hours of physical activity. And it's not just physical. We're learning these ballets, too. This past season, I had to learn a 50-minute ballet in 1 week. And I've had to learn full-length ballets in a couple of days, So in order to keep my brain in order, you have to eat well, you have to get enough sleep, which I probably don't. But, you do your best.
Incredible. Now, if you were presenting to a group of young dance students, though, what kind of knowledge would you share with them that you would hope that they would carry out into the world with all of the experience now that you have? And we've got a little less than a minute left.
So, I think it's really important for dancers to respect each other's work and to be supportive of one another. There's no way I would be where I am today without the support of dancers and past generations and teachers that I've had. So I think you really need to pay it forward when it comes to the arts.
Beautiful. Oh, you know what? My producer here is waving a shoe around and stuff. We've got about 15 seconds. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but she's saying, ask him about a shoe. Your shoe? Whose shoe?
All right, yeah. I've collaborated with luxury sneaker brand Koyo, that's Koio, on a new sneaker that references ballet shoes and my life. So check it out at Koyo.
Love it. James, you've reached the highest level of dance, and you create your own path that delights your followers and true fans. James Whiteside, you're a hero for so many. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram at James B. Whiteside. David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.eliances.com.